Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new episode of Fox Flicks on the Ink Tank. Today we're gonna watch as they give ultimate forms to future aliens we saw be used by Ben 10,000. Let's hop in and see which aliens are given the ultimate treatment. Here we go.
Good evening, Internet World and Universe. This is OR Ash, and welcome back to
Ash.
the Drawing Matrix. We are back once again to continue our Ultimates Overhauled series. Last
Yes.
time, we went back and redesigned all of the OG canon Ultimates, finally polishing off the first of the UAF playlists.
Wait, what about...
I said what I said. In this episode, we're going to be stepping...
What can you even do for... Oh wait, no, I think I already said what to do in that reaction video. If you want to know what I think of what you can do for an Ultimate Alien X, check out that video. Oh, but let's continue on.
Back from the UAF playlists. Today we are covering the aliens introduced in the franchise's first flash-forward feature, Ben 10,000.
Oh,
Not only
yeah.
Arctiguana, Buzzshock, and Spitter, but because I do 5 aliens per video, and they were at least mentioned, we are also going to be covering Topic and Atomics. I'm really
Yes.
glad I get to knock some Omniverse boys off the list early. So, let us begin.
I guess it is a little early.
Arctiguana.
Starting off, we
Cool.
have the Blizzard Lizard, who likes to get slizzard.
Okay, no. I'm stopping you right there because this is cool. You got the Yeti, Godzilla, and a woolly mammoth, along with Albedo's ultimate form for reference material. All nice choices, I gotta say.
Arctiguana. Arctiguana already has an existing ultimate in Omniverse, so he's getting the redesign treatment today. In the show, his additional
Oh, yeah.
abilities included a major physical buff and a pair of twin ice cannons, which were pretty cool. But for
Yeah,
some
not
reason,
bad.
they also just kind of dropped a huge glacier on his back for reasons, I guess. Dude out here looking like
Reasons?
the result of a Blastoise and a Bergmite in a daycare for too long. Thanks to his very short amount of screen time, we never actually get to see if the Bat Glacier gave him some kind of power advantage or not. I wanted to give it a purpose, and I thought that we could chisel away at that glacier and turn it into a means of ice armor, shaping it into a similar
Ooh,
silhouette
okay.
as his back fin spikes. This gives him a defense buff, and with his ice and scales, this slippery lizard can easily become a frosty battering ram. To change up his ice cannons a little bit, I wanted to make them feel a bit more like they were actually part of his body, so I combined them both into one large tail cannon, inspired
Ooh.
by fat-tailed geckos. He can now
Okay.
use this cannon to not only fire ice beams and constructs, but also use it to propel himself when slipping and sliding around. I wanted to keep his
Huh.
physical buff up, but
Okay.
rather than making him like big, strong lizard man, I made him very chunky and gave him thick defensive blubber. This ultimate is essentially
like 'em big,
a
don't ya?
rhino lizard walrus that lives in the tundra. So, to recap, for his reworked abilities, he now has strong ice armor that acts like a battering ram, his cannons are now one large tail cannon, and he is very defensively thick. As far as trade-offs, because of his new very heavy anatomy, I'd say he loses his wall sticking, purely because I don't know if he'd be able to support the weight.
Yeah, that would
Other
make
than
sense.
that, may I present my redesign of Ultimate Arctiguana that I dub Bergdozer.
Ultimate Arctiguana.
Ooh, I like the voice. Very pirate. Not bad.
Next up, we have the itty-bitty battery boy, Buzzshock. Buzzshock
Yes.
is an already very versatile alien. Not
Honestly, I think Buzzshock needed more work in the show. Well, like, it is a good alien, but it was almost never really used, outside maybe, like, one appearance I can think of in Omniverse. Other than that, it was just some little side alien in the OG series. Nothing really there. So, hey,
only possessing electrokinesis, but levitation, duplication, tech possession, and wire transferation. It's a word I made up, don't worry about it. The only
Don't worry
aspect
about
of
it.
him that I thought really needed an evolutionary improvement is his actual physical limitations. He is a somewhat small boy that is not very strong nor durable, and he can be taken down with non-conductive materials pretty easily. To fix that,
The light
I'm
bulb.
going against my own organic life form design limitations and hatred of drawing robots, and going to be making his body primarily composed of metal. His new
Ooh,
metallic body
okay.
means that he can take much more of a wallop and make him a lot harder to contain. You can't trap him in a light bulb if he can just shatter the glass with a metallic punch.
that's how you stop him. Oh god!
To add on to his metallic body, I am also going to be giving him ferrokinesis, the ability to manipulate metal. He uses this to be able
Ooh.
to add more metallic mass to his body and even create duplicates. Those duplicates can
Ooh.
also swarm together into one larger combined construct. For his overall look, I based him
Yes.
both on the classic cartoony trope of a lit-up skeleton from when someone gets shocked, and the electric gremlin from Gremlins 2. You can't cut it, Rob, it's relevant to the video. As far as his colors, I just pulled those straight off of the 10,000 volt ghost from Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed.
That's
Anyway,
fine.
to recap, his new abilities include a new defensive metallic body, ferrokinesis, and his lightning swarm. That's what I'm calling them. As far
Okay.
as his trade-offs, he now requires metallic material to duplicate. Also, he can't do his, what I call it, wired transferation. Other than that, may I
that
present
makes
my
sense.
take on an ultimate Buzzshock that I dub
Oh, hold on, folks. We'll be right back. And we're back. He dubs it
Twisted Transistor.
Twisted Transistor. Not bad. A bit of a tongue twister, but I still like it. Ooh, love it.
What do you call that water one? Loogie Man? Spitter?
Next up, we are looking
Spittle?
at the alien that inadvertently became the kind of wallflower to Ben's arsenal, and that is Spitter. He has a combined total of about 12 seconds of screen time throughout the entire franchise.
Really?
We know that he spits, and that he can puff up to do said spitting, and that's about it. And I think that's perfectly fine.
That's
I
it?
wanted to keep his simplistic vibe intact. I still want it to feel like Spitter and not stray too far away from his original vibe, you know? I'm using vibe too
Okay.
much. Rob, cut the vibe.
Whatever you say, man.
The
Oh
main
no,
theme
he
I
cut
wanted
it.
to do with this design was lean him a bit more toward aquatic. He looks almost amphibious normally, and having a high pressure
Ah, well, you know what treatment he's getting? Take the legs! You hold me? Take those damn legs from him now!
spitting habit could be used for propulsion in an oceanic environment. With that in mind, the first thing I did was add a bunch of spit nozzles all around his body, so that he can pull in and expectorate water and bile to jettison himself around in any direction he wants. The overall visual inspiration for this was those old school sea mines with their
Ooh.
plungers stuck out. His species is literally called spheroid, so he is an orb, and that is an orb, so it works. I
Ta-da.
also turned his legs and arms both into long, fin-like appendages. One, because I thought this would help with his underwater mobility immensely, and two, I wanted more limbs for my bucket. He can flip over and support himself with, like, the blasts of spit. You know, like those weird water jetpack things. Anyway, to recap, his new abilities include spit nozzles placed pointing all around for 360-degree coverage, and he uses these for attacking, mobility, and to make pressurized bile bubbles. I want to add a little bit
Oh
of the
boy.
explosiveness of the sea mines, so he got bile bombs now. Yeah. As far as his trade-offs, his legs are going in my bucket. Other than that, may I present my take on
Dude, at this point, you need to just design some weird centipede creature made up of all the legs you've taken. God, that would be horrifying. Why did I just give them that idea? Oh, God.
ultimate spitter that I dub Spit Valve.
Spit Valve? Really?
Ultimate Spitter.
I mean, if you wanted to give it a different name than Spit Valve, why not just... You know, that would give me... I would need some time to think about. So let me cut real quick, and I'll be right back. After a little bit of thinking, he could have called it Bile Ball. That would have been good, because spheroid, bile, and alliteration. Bile Ball. Ooh, we're getting toe pickup in this.
Next
God.
up, we have possibly the most incorrectly anticipated alien of the franchise, and that is Topek. I did have two concepts for this ultimate, but I had to cut one for time, so
Damn,
we may
alright.
possibly revisit Topek in a later episode. I wanted to make him a lot more scary. His powers are based on fear, or rather just extreme dysmorphobia, but I wanted to lean in and make him a lot more freaky. You know,
Ooh,
rather than him
Cthulhu
looking like a
Mythos.
preteen Shrek that got a bit too much into Tokyo Ghoul. I wanted to work in elements of body horror and abstract supernatural figure fear. You know, something like Slender Man or Siren Head. Something vaguely human-shaped, but with something just a little bit off about it. With this evolution,
okay.
he could never get his helmet off, so Over time, it becomes integrated into his body to eventually benefit his powers. I based his new helmet on a lighthouse. I just really like the silhouette. It looks kinda creepy and cool looking. And thanks to this new helmet, his new ability has a high vantage point and can be fired from a full 360 degrees.
Okay, no. That's what makes it creepy. He's facing that way, but he can see you sneak out upon him, so he's like, I can see you. Yeah, thank you for the horror fuel. Yeah, this is gonna be great.
Before, people would freeze in fear at the sight of his face, but now, if his gaze falls upon you, you are literally frozen. Physically paralyzed, not in fear, but encased in stone. It's a literal Medusa beam.
Oh, hell yeah.
A dash of body horror. You know the little nubs that are on his, forearm section? Yeah, those can now extend into long tendrils.
Oh,
he
God.
uses them to carry around the little statues of people that he makes. Fun. Also, because his head is still covered with the helmet and he needs to eat, I moved his mouth to his hands. From these, he can emit a thick, terrible-smelling fog. To recap, as far as his new abilities, he now has a Medusa beam that can encase things in stone, a full 360 vision, a twisted anatomy of prehensile tendrils, and to help sell the terrifying monster angle, he is now massive. I'd say somewhere 18 feet tall. As far as his trade-offs, because his anatomy is so twisted, he is very uncomfortable all of the time. It borderline hurts for Ben to be in this form. Other than that, I present my take on an ultimate toe pick that I dub Fright House.
Fright House, that works. It's a play on Lighthouse. I like that one.
Try a little fusion cuisine. Catered by Atomic.
Last up today,
I'm sorry, but that voice. No, every time I hear any clip of Atomics, all I can think is just the scene from Omniverse where he's like, nuclear winner! Atomics is such a freaking joke with that voice. But the powers are not a joke, and that is what makes him cool.
Of the man made of lava lamps, Atomics! Now, as many people know, I am not the biggest fan of Atomics. Atomics, however, takes the cake due to his very non-organic design. Dude just kind of looks like a robot. Plus the fact that his power set is very similar to that of Energy. But I digress with my complaints. We have a whole other old video comparing them. Go check it out.
I love that video.
Anyway,
check it out.
Similar to Energy, I am convinced that he is just an energy being in a shell. I reshaped and cracked open sections of his white suit to provide escape for his energy. His head is now a billowing smokestack inspired by the towers of a nuclear power plant, and his containment jars from his arms are gone, releasing the atomic plasma that makes up his body. Due to the fluctuating atomic structure of this plasma, he can shift and twist his arms into different shapes and sizes, giving him minor shape-shifting abilities. As far as his additional new abilities, with direct physical contact, he can now break things down to their base elements by severing their atomic bonds with a move that he calls Split.
Oh, wait, he was about to do it.
Fission! He can also take this move even further by breaking...
I was about to do it, but then he did it for me. I didn't have to. Thank you.
Them down into pure individual atoms and then absorbing them into himself. That special iteration I dub Fission Roast. Rather than resembling the Omnitrix, his new chest plate is shaped like a radiation symbol. That, along with his new color scheme, is meant to serve as a visual warning. With his new abundance of energy, this dude is radiation hot to the highest degree all of the time. Anything within 100 feet will be radiated almost instantly. To recap, as far as his new abilities, he now has some minor shape-shifting, as well as a new move called Fission Split that can break things down into their base elements, as well as Fission Roast that atomizes materials for his absorption. As far as his trade-offs, to put it simply, he loses his radiokinesis. That's the thing that controls his level of radiation. Other than that, may I present my take on an Ultimate Atomics that I dub Oppenhammer.
Oppenheimer.
Ultimate.
Wait, is that a reference to something nuclear I don't remember? Oppenheimer. Oh, Wait. Oppenheimer. That's the guy that actually made the first nuclear bomb, wasn't it? Okay, no, I get that. I like it.
Comics.
Well, you did great, and I love all
And
of them.
that is all for the Flash Forward and Future Mention aliens. Well, there are 3 more mentions, but I need to design their base forms before I can actually make ultimates for them, so...
That's fine.
Possible future video. Wink. If you
Yeah,
want to see
wink,
more
wink,
videos
nuts,
like
nuts.
this and help support us, consider joining our Patreon, and you can get a bunch of exclusive sneak peeks and behind-the-scenes content
Ooh.
on all of our current project productions, like the 5 Years Later motion comic, our animated series and beyond, and a couple other things we got cooking up.
Nice.
Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I am OR Ash, and I'm surviving. Are you? Peace.
Yeah, I think I'm surviving. Alright, folks. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Link will be in the description below. So remember to support the original creator and all they do. And I'll see all of you folks next time when we flick on. Peace out.